Hey there, it's Lee Hayward here, and I got another video Q&A for you. And this one's dealing with joint pops and cracks. And the common question that I get asked a lot of times is people say, hey, I've been in training chest or triceps or whatever, and my shoulder cracks, or my elbows crack, or when I'm training legs, my knees crack, or something like that. Bottom line, having cracks and pops in your joints is actually very common. This isn't something that's just unique to you. Virtually everybody has some sort of joint pop or crack from time to time. Some people more than others. But the main thing is it painful? Does it cause you any discomfort? And if it's not painful and there's no discomfort, then for the most part it's totally safe and it's fine. Now I just want to go over a couple reasons why you're getting these pops and cracks in your joints. One is how your body releases synovial fluid. And I'll post some links to all this stuff so you can actually read up on it if you want. But bottom line, there's a joint lubrication that everybody has, and it's called synovial fluid. And I'll just read this. I got a website up here that talks about it. Scientists explain that synovial fluid present in your joints acts as a lubricant. The fluid contains gases, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, and when you pop or crack a joint, you stretch the joint capsule. Gas is released rapidly, which forms a bubble. In order to crack the same knuckle again, you would have to wait until the gases return to the synovial fluid. Okay, this is typically what happens when you crack your knuckles. Sometimes if you do this, you crack them, you get that temporary pop, and then usually you can't crack your knuckle anymore because it's like it's lubed up. All the synovial fluid and the gases are released, your knuckles feel limber, and then maybe an hour or so later, or probably several hours later, you feel that your tension in your knuckles again, you crack them again and they feel loose. So this is synovial fluid being released. Another type of joint pop or crack that you may have is just moving the joints around, and this is probably what's most common with weight training. And it's simply just moving the joint in the socket. And I'll read it up here. It says, when a joint moves, the tendon's position changes and moves slightly out of place. You may hear a snapping sound as the tendon returns to its original position. This is what happens when your body is under stress, you're doing weight training. So when you're doing bench presses, when you're doing, tricep extensions or squats or anything where you're moving your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, your hips, these are typically the joints that crack the most. Your body's under strain, you're going through full range of motion, so the joint is just moving around in the socket. And this is what causes this sometimes, the rubbing to create a popping sound. And another thing that often happens is when you're under tension, lifting heavy weights, your tendons will tighten up, and this places even a little bit more strain on those joints. The tendons tighten to hold everything in place, so that's why right now I can press, there's no joint popping. But if I were holding onto a barbell or dumbbells and pressing weight, then all of a sudden there's tension, the tendons are going to tighten up, and it may make the joint, be tighter in the socket. So that's why you probably get these pops and cracks in your joints from time to time. Again, the main thing is that there's no discomfort and there's no pain. Just the sound alone is not harmful, and it's very common. Virtually everybody has it. But if you do have pain or discomfort, it could be a sign of something more serious, like arthritis and things like that, which also can cause joint pains and cracks. But again, that's more of a serious issue. But normal, just pops and joints and cracks and whatever, that's nothing to worry about. It's common. Virtually everybody has it. So hopefully that helps to clear up the whole issue of popping joints and cracks and all this stuff. I'm going to post a few links in the video description below just to explain this so you can actually see some diagrams and read up on it if you're curious to find out more about it. But bottom line, put your mind at ease. If your elbows or joints crack from time to time, as long as it doesn't hurt, you're okay. So if you have any other questions, feel free to post them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help answer as many of them as I can. Take care. Over and out.